before killing everyone on Earth. A terrified Jocko fires his ray gun, but a second shot suddenly appears, causing a much larger explosion. As the smoke dissipates, Moro, on guard, realizes that someone else is interfering, and before Jocko's eyes, a confident Miris stands before him, ready for battle. Jocko expresses relief at Miris' arrival, inquiring what took him so long. Jocko explains that Moro's gotten way too powerful for anyone to handle, but Miris clarifies that he's come to conclude Goku's training. Moro, inside the barrier, observes that the fallen dragon team members are no longer present, surmising that Miris has transported them to a safe and distant location. With a simple gesture, Moro dispels the barrier, and realizing he needs to buy time for Goku and his comrades, Miris engages Moro, using a pole as his weapon. Moro, unable to sense Miris' life energy as before, questions if he's some sort of deity. Miris, choosing not to respond, presses on with his agile and reflexive attacks, keeping Moro on the defensive. Elsewhere, Dende stands over the gravely injured dragon team. He looks up and bows to Beerus and Whis for their help, who observe from above and decide to head to Bulma's for food. They notice Miris is absent, but see no harm in leaving him behind. Dende utilizes his healing abilities to mend Goku's severe chest wound, and the Saiyan regains consciousness, questioning Moro's whereabouts. Dende explains that Moro is battling Miris, and Goku recalls the warning that any angel who fights seriously will be erased from existence. In haste, Goku rushes to the battlefield to assist. Miris and Moro continue their skirmish, with Moro starting to gain the upper hand. He senses that Miris is containing his true power, and wonders why he's relying on a tool to fight. To Moro's surprise, Goku arrives at the battlefield, concerned about Miris sacrificing himself for their sake. He tells Miris to fall back and powers up to Ultra Instinct's sign, prompting Moro to wonder if Goku was healed by the Namekian he'd heard earlier. Goku decides to go on the offensive. However, he fails to land a single blow, as Whis at the same time tells Beerus that he doubts Goku can make any headway against Moro using Ultra Instinct's sign. Consequently, Moro knocks Goku away with ease, and his impending crash is halted by Miris' abilities, leading Moro to taunt Goku about using the same technique that failed him in the recent past. Miris states that a final push is needed to trigger Goku's mastery of Ultra Instinct, when suddenly Moro grabs Miris' neck, copying his abilities. However, Miris uses his angel staff to cut the villain's hand off before he can use them, intending to permanently disable Moro's power sealing abilities. Beerus and Whis detect Miris has begun using his angel powers, and Beerus suggests turning around to try to stop him, while Miris confronts Moro again and uses his staff to destroy the crystals in Moro's palms. He shares his background with Goku. He explains that, despite being born as a neutral angel, he developed a sense of justice during his time in the Galactic Patrol. Seeing how the Galactic Patrol members strive to protect the galaxy despite being outmatched by ever more powerful criminals, Miris concluded that peace is worth fighting for. As Miris begins to fade away, Goku urges him to stop, but he presses on, revealing the angelic halo around his neck as he intends to unleash his final attack. With one final charge towards Moro, Miris recalls his time in training with Goku and his words, believing in Goku's fascinating ideals to reform villains despite their misdeeds. On the offensive, Moro launches an energy attack, but Miris flies straight through it and lands a punch directly on the crystal on Moro's forehead, shattering it. As he crashes down to the ground below, Moro's power sealing abilities are now disabled, and Miris begins to disintegrate. Goku and Jocko look on with sadness, as Miris tells Goku that achieving Ultra Instinct in his current level of strength will make him far more stable and unbeatable. Miris tells Goku to protect the galaxy he's grown to love, and fades away. Beerus and Whis observe nearby, Whis expressing his thoughts over the loss of his younger brother, as Goku, torn by sorrow and anger over Miris' passing, summons newfound strength. While Goku attempts to console himself, he shares with Jocko an important lesson he learned from Miris, that he's not fighting alone. He recognizes that Miris' sacrifice was not only for his own benefit, but the universe as a whole. Goku questions Jocko on why he chose to join the Galactic Patrol, to which Jocko responds that it's because he wanted to uphold peace in the galaxy, and of course because the uniform looked cool. Goku, acknowledging his current role as a member of the Galactic Patrol, states that it's now his responsibility to protect the universe as well. Suddenly, Moro returns, but discovers that Miris is no longer present. Goku informs Moro of Miris' demise, and that it's his duty ability to defeat Moro once and for all. Declaring that Beerus's will still lives within him, Goku taps into his inner power, sending a surge of energy into the sky as Gohan and Piccolo observe from a distance. Beerus comments on how well the transformation is going, and Whis states it's finally time for Goku's grand unveiling. As the Earth settles after Goku's sudden power-up, he emerges in perfected Ultra Instinct. With a slow stride, Goku steps forward, each move eerie, leaving Moro in horror. In a frantic attempt, Moro attacks, but Goku effortlessly grabs his arm before he can execute the move, stating he won't be harming the Earth any longer. Goku demonstrates his newfound strength by effortlessly dodging and blocking all of Moro's attacks, prompting Beerus to state Goku's fine-tuning his moves as the battle continues, to which Whis agrees. Moro attempts another powerful attack on Goku, but the Saiyan effortlessly evades his reach, appearing on the other side of the battlefield, much to Moro's shock. Moro questions Goku on how he's able to dodge the way he is, to which Goku explains that his body is reacting instinctively, which is why Moro's attacks can't hit him. Furious and unwilling to believe what he considers nonsense, Moro unleashes his full power as Goku prepares for the next round. Moro charges at Goku, intent to kill. However, Goku uses a God Bind to halt Moro's advance before lifting him into the air. A moment of silence ensues, and Goku jumps toward Moro, landing a powerful punch to his abdomen that sends shockwaves across the entire planet. Moro is visibly distressed before the aftermath results in him being launched into the air as Goku gracefully touches down on the battlefield. Beerus praises Goku's abilities, likening his fighting style to that of a god, a rare display of respect that astonishes Whis. Moro crashes to the ground, severely wounded, and Goku tells him it's futile to resist any longer. Goku questions if Moro finally feels the torment he's shown to others for so long, but Moro dismisses his question, stating he doesn't fear the power of a god and that he is and will always be the universe's supreme life form. Moro attempts to harness the planet's energy as an offensive measure, but this also proves ineffective. Goku kicks him into an energy stream, severing one of Moro's arms in the process. Moro then tries to drain the Earth's energy for himself as a way to spite Goku, but before he can succeed, Goku strikes him hard in the stomach and sends him crashing into a rock nearby, causing a massive chunk to break away and pin Moro underneath. Lacking the energy to even move, Moro weakly pleads for mercy from Goku. Silent for a moment, Goku verifies with Jocko that Moro had previously received a death sentence, and with a simple gesture, removes his gi with the Galactic Patrol emblem, declaring that he'll now fight as an Earthling. This act alarms Beerus greatly, as he states he's got a bad feeling on what's about to happen. Over in the distance, Krillin arrived with a bag full of sensu beans, observing Goku's growing dominance over his opponent Moro. Goku destroys the boulder pinning Moro and challenges him to get up. He then disappears before Moro's eyes and reappears beside Krillin, taking the bag of sensu beans from him. Goku returns to face Moro and offers to spare his life, but only on the condition that he return to the Galactic Prison and vow not to escape again. Moro hastily accepts the offer, and Goku tosses him a sensu bean, explaining that it will instantly restore his stamina, much to the horror of Krillin and Jocko. Moro consumes the sensu, healing his injuries, and when Goku tells him to leave once more with Jocko, Moro reveals that he lied and launches an attack on Goku, attempting to pierce his chest as before. However, Moro's arm shatters against Goku's robust body, causing him to cry out in pain. Whis comments on the sturdiness of Ultra Instinct when honed properly, and Beerus calls Goku an idiot, urging him to finish the job. Goku calls Moro a coward and asserts that he could never defeat him, reverting to his normal state. He questions whether Moro has ever engaged in training, to which Moro admits that he hasn't, claiming that training is for the weak. Goku expresses his disappointment, wishing Moro had chosen to grow stronger through training rather than consuming planets and harming innocent lives. Suddenly, Jocko cuts in, urging Goku to hurry and finish off Moro, as he clearly has no intention of turning over a new leaf. However, Goku opts to talking to him a bit longer. Moro screams in frustration, shocked that he could be defeated by a tribe that emerged only a few million years ago. Goku then questions Moro's intentions on returning to prison, and when Moro defiantly vows to continue devouring planets, Goku reactivates perfected Ultra Instinct with the intention of finishing him off. When Moro inquires about Beerus's ability to use the same technique, Goku confirms he was able to do so. Moro then notices his severed hand next to Goku and recalls grabbing Beerus's neck before he disappeared. Moro then dons an evil smirk and summons his severed hand back to him, stating how soon his body will also move on instinct. Moro then reattaches his once severed hand, incorporating Miras's powers and abilities, transforming into an angelic form with his crystals now recovered on his body. As Jocko tells Goku he should have just finished the job, Moro lands a blow on Goku, stealing the bag of senzu beans and destroys them as the two prepare to continue their battle. The combatants charge toward one another, and Whis teleports Jocko and Krillin inside his barrier for their safety as the powerful clash creates a massive explosion. Concerned about potential Earth damage, Goku requests Moro to follow him, and they continue their skirmish in the sky. Moro is amazed at